My name's Rachel Brannan, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the essentials on fishing. The first thing you need to know before you go fishing is everything you need to have on your boat. The second thing is your safety precautions. And third is the basics on fishing. So I hope you guys take my tips and learn how to fish. The first thing you need to know is everything you need on your boat. The first thing you're going to need is obviously your motor. Now, I use a 9.9 horsepower engine because I don't want to get a boater's license. And you're also going to need to think about what you're wearing. I like to wear my Sperry's because they're water resistant as well as slip resistant. And I also like to wear loose fitting clothing, that way I don't get too hot. Other things you're going to need to have on your boat is things like an air horn, your tackle box, your fishing poles, your bait, an ice chest, a paddle, an anchor, rope, things like that. Now, a lot of those things I just told you were safety items. And that brings me to my next point, which is safety precautions. Because the most important part about fishing, besides having fun, is to be safe. Now, before you even step foot in your boat, you need to have on a life jacket. Snap, snap. Because if a 12-foot gator jumps in your boat, I guarantee you'll forget how to swim. You're also going to want to have something like an air horn. Because if you get stranded in the middle of nowhere, I guarantee you're going to want someone millions of miles away to hear you. Another thing you're going to want to have to be safe is a wrist lanyard. Now this connects to our motor's kill switch, so if I fall overboard, the engine shuts off and my boat stops. My most favorite safety precaution is my .38 Smith & Wesson, because that reminds me of a story when me and my dad were younger. We went to the Withlacoochee, and a water moccasin decided to slither over the side of our boat while we were stopped in some lily pads. My dad took this .38 with a snick shot, and he went, pow, pow, and that was the end of that. And I don't know what we would have done if we didn't have that. Okay, so now that you know how to be safe, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and start fishing. The first thing you're going to want is your poles. This is the most basic type pole because it's a push button and it's easy. It's just you push the button, cast, release. But I'm not going to get too much into that because I want to show you guys how to use my pole, which is a spin reel. But before we actually start messing with the pole, I'm going to show you guys how to tie a basic fisherman's knot. Now this has already been tied, so let me get this undone real quick. Now obviously I'm not using an actual hook and bait because you can't see that, so I'm going to use something bigger so you do understand. This is your hook right here, and here's the eye. You're going to want to take your line and put it through there like that. And then you're going to want to give it a nice good twisting. Then you're going to want to hold it somewhere around here and take this second piece and put it back down here through the hole. And then you're going to want to put it through a loop like that. And it really looks ugly on here, but it's beautiful when it's on the actual line itself. Okay, next thing you're going to want to do, take out the lure. If you've got the hook already, you'll want to pick something like this, unless you have live bait. I use watermelon red because they're sparkly and red and green and beautiful. But we also have like top floaters such as this. If I'm using one of these, I like something sort of like this because it's shiny. When the water hits it, it goes under because it has this right here. So the harder you reel, the farther it goes under, and it just looks more realistic. Okay, now that we've picked out our lure, I'm not actually using a lure in this vlog because I don't want to wreck my pole with it. Alright, first thing you're going to need to know is cast. So you're going to take your pointer finger and grab the line like that. Then you're going to want to flip your line like that. Most important part, don't injure anybody. And cast. That was a horrible cast, but we're just going to have to go with it. Flip thing. And actually, just say we have already casted, you're going to want to play with your rod a little bit. I like to make the fish think that the lure is wounded. That way they can go for it. There we go. And you start reeling in. Fishing is a therapeutic sport to me, so even if you don't catch anything, it's still fun. So you jerk your pole like that, that way it looks wounded. Now, if you feel a fish bump in your line, you're going to not want to jerk immediately, because then you might lose it. It might not have already swallowed it. But once you see the line start shooting out there, then you can start reeling in. And you have caught your fish. And it's fishy. Okay, guys. Now that you have learned what you need on your boat, the safety precautions you need, as well as the basics on fishing, I think we should all take a class fishing trip together. Thank you.